How's it going, everybody? My name is Lucky Buns, and in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down all of the events for the month of March in Pokemon Go. We got a lot to go over, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. So let's go ahead and get started with the new special research, the new seasonal special research for the Ultra Beast Poipole. We'll be getting updates on this over the course of the next 3 months, so definitely stay tuned to see what we have to do, but let's go over the new season bonuses as well, and unfortunately they don't look that great. The only good new season bonus that we got was 2 free raid passes a day instead of 1 free raid pass a day. We also got increased experience for 1 and 3-star raids, which also includes shadow raids, but for some reason 5-star and mega raids were not included in this. I don't know why that is. I guess Niantic really wants us to do 1 and 3-star raids for some reason. Maybe that's more money for them. I have no idea. Either way, I am definitely sad to see the extra large guaranteed candy go away for the next 3 months. That is always one of the best bonuses that we have, and yeah, well, it was nice while it lasted. Now following that, let's go over the Shadow Legendary Pokemon next from Team Go Rocket. We have 2 different types of Shadow Legendary Pokemon. The first one is going to be from Giovanni, and the second one is going to be from Legendary Raid Battles. So let's go over Giovanni's Pokemon first, which is still going to be Shadow Kyogre. This is still one of the best Pokemon to get from Giovanni, and if you guys actually want to know how good Shadow Kyogre is in the game, then check out this video right here in the top right hand corner. There's going to be a link down below as well. Now let's talk about the Shadow Legendary Raids, which we're actually going to get some new rotations, and it's not going to be the Kanto birds for like the millionth time. So we are finally going to get the Legendary Dogs. It has been so long, but we are finally going to get them, and they are going to have their shiny forms available in these raid battles. I am so pumped about this, guys. And despite all of the meta updates over like the past few years, Raikou is still the #1 best electric type attacker in the raid/gym meta, and this is including Mega Pokemon, so it's even better than all the Mega Pokemon in that category. This will definitely be the best time to raid this Pokemon because you could potentially get a Shadow Shiny Raikou, and regardless of the IVs, this thing is going to be worth powering up. I'm definitely going to be hunting this myself over the next month, and if I didn't mention this already, the Shadow Legendary raids will only be available on the weekend only, and you have to do them in person. You cannot remote raid these. Following that, let's go over the Research Breakthrough Pokemon. These are going to be the same for the next 3 months, but we'll just go over them every month anyways. We're going to have access to Hisuian Sneasel, Furfrou, Goomy, Sandygast, Jangmo-O, and Dubwool. Now from the Pokemon I just mentioned, Hisuian Sneasel, Furfrou, and Goomy are the only ones that could potentially be shiny. Moving on, let's go over the Legendary raids for the next month, and yes, shiny forms will be available on every single one of these Pokemon, which is always exciting. The rotation cycle is going to be from 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. local time on the dates that I'm about to mention. Hapu Koko from March 1st to March 14th. This Island Guardian is from Melee Island, and it is going to be getting access to a new exclusive move, Nature's Madness. I don't know how good this moveset is going to be as of right now, but I say this in a lot of my videos as well. The most optimal time to raid any legendary Pokemon is both when the exclusive move is available as well as the shiny form. Moving on, we're going to have Regice next from March 14th to March 21st. Now unfortunately, I don't have many good things to say about Regice except for the fact that it is good in the Ultra League. It does need to have the legacy moveset Thunder, which unfortunately it will not have during this month's rotation. Now following that, from March 21st to April 4th, we are going to have Tapu Lele, and very similar to Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele will also be getting access to Nature's Madness. And also similar to Tapu Koko, this is going to be the best time to raid this Pokemon for pretty much the same reasons. It has access to the shiny as well as the exclusive moveset. Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele getting the approval stamp, Regice not so much. Next up, let's talk about the Mega Raids for this month, and just like the Legendary Pool, we're only going to have 3 available as well. So the first Pokemon is going to be Mega Sceptile from March 1st to March 14th. This is currently the best grass type attacker in the game, but only with Frenzy Plant. So if you guys end up getting the hundo from raiding though, it is actually worth the Elite TM. I just want to mention that right now. Also benefits from the dual typing of both grass as well as dragon, which is actually really useful for certain events just for those candy bonuses alone. Now obviously Mega Sceptile is a great way to start our Mega rotation, but it gets even better, guys, because from March 14th to March 21st, we are going to have Mega Tyranitar available in raid battles. Now unfortunately, during the last rotation for Mega Tyranitar, I was so busy with work that I was only able to get 1 raid done, so I am so happy that I can finally raid this thing again for the energy. Like guys, I have 2 maxed out Tyranitar, both as a dark type attacker as well as a rock type attacker, and I have just been waiting for this thing to wreak havoc. Tyranitar will need Smackdown to run it as a rock type attacker, so just keep that in mind. That is a legacy moveset. If you do get a good IV spread though, it is definitely worth the investment. Very similar to Sceptile. Now finally, our last Mega rotation is going to be Mega Venusaur from March 21st to April 4th. This is literally the second best best to Sceptile, so I would just focus on Sceptile and not so much Venusaur. I mean, if you guys don't have the energy to at least Mega Evolve Venusaur once, I would do it just for that reason, because Venusaur does have access to the dual typing of Grass and Poison, which is pretty good for candy bonuses at Mega Level 3, but if you already have that, then honestly just skip Mega Venusaur, there's really no reason to do it. Now finally, just to wrap up the Mega Pokemon, I like to provide some general information for the new or returning players watching this video. So pretty much you only need to evolve these Pokemon once before getting access to their cooldown period moving forward. You're also going to get more extra large candy when these Mega Pokemon get to Mega Level 3, which is unlocked after 30 days of Mega Evolution. Additionally, while you complete these Mega Raids, you're going to get guaranteed TMs, which is a huge win. So my recommendation is always to do at least 1 to 2 raids for that initial Mega Energy. And then finally, we have Raid Hour, which is going to take place every Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. local time. Now, whichever legendary Pokemon is currently in rotation is going to be the one that is featured that Wednesday. So for the first 2 weeks, we should have Tapu Koko, then Regice, and then finally Tapu Lele. Next up, let's go over the upcoming events, and I am so excited to talk about this, guys. We have some really cool events upcoming. So the event windows will be based on your local time zones, just keep that in mind. The first event upcoming is going to be on March 3rd, the Charged Up Research Day from 2 to 5 p.m. Now, I don't know what this Research Day is going to be about, but it's a Research Day, so it's probably going to be pretty good. Those are always typically good events. Now, the next event is going to be from March 5th to March 11th at 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. respectively. This is going to be the Pokemon Horizons Series Celebration event. Now, the downside to this event is that the exclusive Pokemon that's going to be released is actually locked behind eggs. So I'm not a big fan of that. Maybe you guys aren't either. Honestly, I hate events that are locked behind eggs, and well, the rates are probably going to be pretty horrendous, let's be honest here. The next event we're going to have is going to be the Weather Week from March 14th to March 18th at 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. respectively. I don't know what this week is going to entail, but hopefully it is related to Kyogre and Groudon. Just banking on that. Now we are going to have the next Calm Day available on March 16th from 2 to 5 p.m. And then we are going to have both the Raid Day for Primal Kyogre as well as the Raid Day for Primal Groudon. The Kyogre Raid Day is going to take place on March 17th, and the Groudon Raid Day is going to take place on March 23rd. I'm actually really happy that they separated this one, because in the past we've gotten both of these at the same time. Wasn't a big fan of that. It's nice to have these two as separate events. Not to mention, these two are absolute powerhouses. They're one of the best Pokemon you guys can get in the game, so if you can go out and do these Raid Days, I seriously, highly recommend it. Now, from March 21st to March 25th, we're going to have the Verdant Wonders and Zarude ticketed event. This is going to be the first time Zarude is coming back into the game, but unfortunately it will be locked behind a ticketed event, and I don't know how to feel about that, but for those of you guys who didn't get a good Zarude the first time around, well, now you'll have the opportunity to get it again, but you're gonna have to pay for that ticket. So yeah, I don't know, guys, bittersweet. This is definitely the year of tickets for Pokemon Go, as we have seen so far. The next event will be taking place from March 27th to March 31st. That is going to be the World of Wonders Taken Over. I'm not sure what that is going to entail, but maybe, just maybe, that's a Team Go Rocket event. Just a hunch though. And then finally, at the very end of the month, from March 30th to March 31st, we are going to have Shadow Mewtwo available in raids again, and yes, it can be shiny. I am so pumped about this one, but mainly just for you guys, because I already have a Shadow Shiny Mewtwo, which is already at level 40. Actually, it's above level 40 now. But yeah, I'm already good to go on this bad boy. I don't need to get another one. I am chillin'. But hey, if you guys have not got the Shadow Shiny Mewtwo, this is going to be your time. Even if you don't get the Shadow Shiny Mewtwo, Shadow Mewtwo is such an amazing Pokemon in game. I've made so many videos going over it. I'm going to link those down below just in case you guys have not seen those analyses, but definitely recommend rating for this Pokemon. We got through this kind of fast. Let's go over the Spotlight Hours next. So these are going to take place every Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. local time. Shiny forms will not be available for all the featured Pokemon, unfortunately, but they will be available for most of them except for the first Spotlight Hour, which is going to feature Palmy, and the special bonus is going to be 2x Evolve experience on March 5th. This Pokemon isn't really good for anything, so you could just focus on the bonus if you really want the experience. I would gather about 70 evolutions in a search tag per lucky egg, and then try to coordinate any friendship level ups during the same time as well to really maximize that lucky egg. Outside of that, if you don't really want to do the Evolve experience, then you could just skip this one entirely. The next Spotlight Hour is going to take place on March 12th. That is going to feature the Pokemon Nidoran in its female form. The special bonus is going to be 2x Catch Stardust. Now, when evolved to Nidoqueen, this Pokemon is actually pretty good in the Great and Ultra Leagues, but it was nerfed a few seasons ago. That being said, it does still hold up. And then specifically for the bonus, 2x Catch Stardust is nice, but I don't think it's actually worth using start pieces. Just my take as a free-to-play player, guys. I think there are just more beneficial times to use them, like Calm Day with 3x Catch Stardust, or at the end of a GBL season, which we do have one upcoming in the next few days. Now, following that, on March 19th, we're actually going to have a collective Spotlight Hour. It's going to feature Vulpix, Poliwag, Snorunt, and Hippopotas, with the special bonus being 2x Catch experience. Now, we don't have many collective Spotlight Hours like this, so it could be fun if you actually need some of these shiny Pokemon. Not to mention, there is definitely a lot of PvP relevance for all these Pokemon in the Great League, and some even have relevance in the Ultra League like Poliwrath, which evolves from Poliwag. Now the XP bonus is nice, but it is nothing crazy compared to other methods in-game. I would aim for your excellent throws because you're going to get 2,000 experience without a lucky egg just for that bonus alone. It's really nice, but it doesn't really limit you, or I guess put pressure on you to really focus on getting the most out of that lucky egg during those 30 minutes. Just have a good time, guys. A collective Spotlight Hour should always be fun. Now finally, our last Spotlight Hour of the month is going to take place on March 26th. It's going to feature the Pokemon Hoppip with a special bonus, 2x Catch Candy. Now when evolved to Jumpluff, this Pokemon does have play in the Great League. It will need the legacy move Acrobatics. So basically when it comes down to it, if you don't really care for Jumpluff, I would just skip the Spotlight Hour entirely. Now in conclusion, guys, I wasn't really sure what to expect with March, but overall, things are looking pretty good. Like, we're gonna get Primal Kyogre and Groudon both in raid days. That's gonna be super awesome. Like, I still need candy on both of those Pokemon. Tapu Koko and Tapu Lele are both gonna get new movesets for PvP, which most likely means Tapu Fini and Tapu Bulu will also get those movesets next month, or maybe the following month. We're also going to be getting Mega Sceptile and the Big Dog Mega Tyranitar. Shadow Raikou is going to be available in raids over the weekend. And unfortunately, I feel like the Spotlight Hours really just were the most underwhelming things that we talked about in this video. But even then, guys, I can't even complain that much because everything else is just so stacked. That being said though, guys, that's basically everything that I have for you in this video. If there's anything you guys are personally looking forward to, let me know in the comment section down below. And of course, if you want to check out some more content, I'm going to recommend these two videos right here. But before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all real soon in the next one.